This is my FJ Cruiser, and there's a couple of things that have been nagging me since the beginning. There's nowhere to put my phone when I'm navigating or using it for music. I usually put it here, but it's a terrible spot. On corners, it flies off the edge. Another thing is having this charger and cable here. It ruins the interior, it makes it look sloppy, and it would be a lot better if there was nothing here and it was just clean and empty. So in this video, I'm gonna do two things. I'm going to eliminate this wire and charger and make this completely invisible so it's nice and clean. In addition, I'm going to install a phone holder, which is perfectly placed and comfortable to use. Finding a suitable place in your vehicle to put your charger can be a challenge. There are 5 main options we can choose from, and depending on your vehicle, one of these options is going to be best for you. The first option, so one of the most popular, is a suction cup. This won't work on porous surfaces or surfaces that are not even. This works by creating a vacuum on the inside, and the edges have to be very well sealed. A surface like this is not even. It has different textures and little holes, and the suction cup, it'll come right off. The best option for a suction cup is going to be glass, and to glass, it's going to stick really well. The next option is air vent phone holders. They're clips that go into your air vent and have a place to put your phone. Now, I highly advise against these. You're taking a big risk in breaking one of these flaps on your air vent, which are not intended for the repeated stress of the weight of your phone. Another option, and the most versatile, is adhesive. Adhesive will go onto pretty much any surface, textured, smooth. Now, while adhesive can be very versatile, you want to consider that it could leave residue or damage the surface of your dashboard. If you have a dashboard with some sort of lining or coating, this adhesive could rip it off. In my case, I have a lot of hard plastic, so that's not really a concern. Next, we have the clamp option. If you have a ledge somewhere, it could be the most versatile and easy option out there. The last option is a specific tailor-made accessory for your vehicle, and that's what I have. Now, if you go onto Amazon or the internet and look for your specific make and model, you could get these tailor-made specific accessories for your vehicle. And in my case, this goes right up here. It has a couple of hooks on the back, which just hook onto the back of this. And in the front, it has 2 hooks on each side, which clip in. And there we go. We have an attachment point right here for our phone holder. I came with a regular phone holder, but we don't want that. I want a MagSafe charger. So I 3D printed this special holder for a MagSafe charger. Now it just clips in there. And there we go. We have a phone holder. We're not done yet. We have this cable running down the center of the dashboard in order for it to be plugged in and working, and we don't want that. So we need to make this cable invisible, and in this case, we're gonna have to get creative depending on your vehicle again, and look for a place where we could route the cable through and hide it in some way. And in my case, I noticed that these plastic trim parts come off very easily, and I thought maybe I could run the cable behind that. So if we go down here, all we have is a single screw here. We just take this off, and the trim piece pulls out. We have these holes here for clips. If I notch out a part at the top, I could feed my wire through there and have it come through the back of the dash and out of the bottom. So that's what we did. We have a hole here, and I cut a notch for the cable to fit in through, and the clip can still go in through there. And I also cut a notch onto this plastic part, and putting it all together, it hides all the holes, and the cable just comes out of that one notch. So after feeding our cable through to the bottom, and we could put our trim back in its place. And now we could screw this back in, and this looks a lot better. Now this isn't completely invisible. We still have our charger plugged in here. We still have our cable coming out of the back of the dashboard, and that's not what we want. We want it completely invisible. So we're going to go a step further and install a charger behind the dashboard where we could plug into. If you could wire it to somewhere where you already have a socket, that's gonna be the easiest place to wire it to. So I've taken one of these chargers with a USB-C connection, and I've disassembled it, so I have just the components. Next, I'm going to install these components inside one of these switches so that in the future, if I need to do any service on it, I could easily remove it from the switch and service it in my vehicle. In order to get behind this panel, I need to take apart the center console. We can start by removing our shifters. Under the parking brake, we have a plastic piece. Moving back into this center storage, we have 2 bolts, and that's 2. If we move our seat forward, we can see there's a screw hiding right there. In many cases, your parking brake will have to be in the upward position to come out, so make sure you do that. So my center console comes out in 2 parts. And with that, the rest of the center console will come out. In my case, I have a bolt here, a bolt here, and a couple of clips on each side. And with everything disconnected, this should just pull right out. With this removed, we have access to all of our connections back here. Let's pull out one of our switches, and we're gonna install it to the back of one of these switches. We want to put it into this blank switch in this position. So we're going to wire up these terminals to some wire. In order to do that, we're gonna use a soldering iron to remove what's already on there, and then we're gonna add some new wire. To desolder, you're gonna need a soldering iron. If you put the iron on the existing solder for a while, it will eventually melt, but it'll take a very long time because that contact point is not very good. What you wanna do is use a little bit of solder, put it on there, and get good contact with what you're trying to desolder. And if it takes a long time, it's going to transfer a lot of the heat into the components on your PCB, which in some cases could damage it. So you want to add a little bit of solder, just enough, get this great contact point between your iron and the existing solder on there. So I'm going to get a little bit of solder on here, put my iron on. That's going to give me a good contact point. And there we go. And that's exactly what we wanted. So now we need to connect our wires, but we need to know which one is the positive and which one is the negative. Now we know that this part was in the back, which is our shell, which goes on the outside. And we know that that is negative, and the one in the center should be positive. So the front center point is always going to be the positive in this case, and the outer shell part, which is this part, is going to be negative. So we need to connect our red wire to the front. So first, I'll tin my wire and pushing it through. Now you don't necessarily always want to go all the way through with your wire, but in this case, because my positive and negative terminal are so close, I want this to be real tight. So I pushed it all the way through so that it's real tight on there, and I'm going to cut this edge off. And now we just have a small nub there, and it's unlikely to make contact with the negative. Next we do the same with the negative. So after considering how to install this into here, I ended up deciding on double-sided tape. This isn't something that's going to be moving around a lot, and just a little bit of adhesion is good enough. And there we go, it's attached in there. It's not coming out easily. So now we can go install this back in our truck. So we feed our wires through, pull it through, and clip this in. So the next step is to install our wires into our plug right here. So what we're going to do here is actually quite simple. We're going to simply push these wires into the end of this connector, and we're going to connect it back in. In order to do this, we want a pretty long piece of wire so that it goes in quite a bit and it holds well. So we want probably around that much. Another thing you'll want to do is to twist your wires so they don't fray when you put them in. So now we put our wire in, bend it 90 degrees out of the way, and our wire in here, and plug this in. And it should go in kind of snug. We can give them a bit of a tug, make sure they're in there, and there we go. That's it. So in order to test it, we simply plug this in and place our phone on the charger and see if it charges. And our phone is charging. Perfect. So we know it's working, and now we could wire our wire through the back. Doing this in my case is quite simple. We just go back here and we're able to push our wire through here, and the wire will appear on this other side. Plug it in, and we're good to go. We could put everything back together now. Putting everything back together is pretty simple. It's the reverse of what we just did. Now, as you're putting this together, you want to make sure that none of your wires get pinched back here, so it doesn't get pinched when you push everything back into place. Going in well, and there we go. Next, we could add our 2 bolts down here. We add our clips on the side down here. Now that we've taken everything apart, let's take advantage of having everything apart to clean a little bit. Creating this content takes a lot of time, but one thing that helps to continue to make this content is your support on Patreon. So thank you for making these videos possible. And there we go. The only cable we have is this one here, and we could do a little bit of work to get this to sit back here. And when driving normally, especially from the passenger seat, there's gonna be no wires visible. And down here, we have completely no wires coming out of here. We can close that. It looks all clean, nice, orderly, and we have our MagSafe charger.